AFC North time, and one of the big questions is in Cincinnati, where the offensive line, good enough to get them to the Super Bowl, or maybe they got there despite the offensive line not good enough to deliver a victory. Let's begin there. Grab bag, AFC North, fill in the blank with a revamped offensive line. Expect the Bengals offense to what, Chris?
I think be, top five-ish in football. That's where I go, or unstoppable. Joe Burrow's a superstar. Those three receivers, it's the best receiving core in football. They got pretty good tight end play. We know that the running back's real. The only thing that's holding them back is the Bengals. It was their offensive line last year. And the fact that they got to the Super Bowl, which I will say is the worst offensive line to ever get to the Super Bowl that I can remember, unless somebody else wants to point one out.
Steelers.
To me. Yeah, Steelers, you're right.
40.
That might have been one too. Exactly right. That rivals that. Exactly right. And similar players, slippery quarterbacks who can move around the pocket and make some great throws that way. But, yeah, I'm expecting it to be big time.
Yeah, we don't know that they're going to be dramatically better, but they can't be worse. So I agree with you. Look how good the offense was last year with an offensive line that didn't really hold up. So it doesn't take much to make it better, and it will make for a great offense for the Bengals. Take your pick. Who will be the Steelers' starting quarterback week one? The first depth chart, the officially unofficial, non-binding preseason depth chart goes Mitch Trubisky 1, Mason Rudolph 2, Kenny Pickett 3. Who's the week one starter?
I'm going Mitchell Trubisky all the way here. I am, again, if he fails, Kenny Pickett will come in at some point, I would imagine. But I just think Trubisky, pretty talented. I think the team is, not in a rebuild type of mode here or anything like that. And I expect him to be the guy, and they bring Kenny Pickett along slowly and find the right time to, inject him into the equation.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's always easier to go from the veteran to the rookie than the rookie to the veteran. Once you give the job to the first rounder, you pretty much have to stick with him. Ben Roethlisberger wasn't the week one starter in 2004. An injury to Tommy Maddox opened the door for him, and I think it is going to be Trubisky, who gets a bad rap. He's been better in the NFL than I think advertised. Took the Bears to the playoffs twice. Wasn't a good fit for the Matt Nagy offense. I remember 4 years ago when Nagy got that job, how frustrated you were by some of Nagy's public comments about Trubisky. Just never embraced him, never built the offense around Trubisky, expected Trubisky to fit the offense, and I think that'll be different in Pittsburgh, and they'll embrace his talents, and I think he will be the starter. Scale of 1 to 10 in Cleveland. For however long Deshaun Watson is out, whether it's 6 games, 12 games, or 17 games, what's your confidence level in the guy who presumably will take his place, Jacoby Brissett?
6, somewhere in there. It's 6 with the caveat of I expect them to play a style of football that we talked about at the start of the show, where it's not just like, hey, Jacoby, we're going to drop back 42 times and we're going to play through you. It's 6 and okay, they're going to play a style of football, run the ball, be smart. Defense has got a lot of talented football players on it that way. And, hey, we need you to occasionally make a big 3rd and 7 throw and something like that. So I think he can manage a game. He can make all the throws in the field. He's going to stand in the pocket and be tough, no doubt about it. But, 6 is as high as I'm going to go as of right now.
I was a little surprised they didn't keep Case Keenum around because he knew the offense. But you know what? When you bring in Deshaun Watson, you throw away the offense and you develop a new one. And that's what's going to be interesting to me. Is this Jacoby Brissett running the offense they've concocted for Deshaun Watson, or is it some remnant? And, hey, Kevin Stefanski's an offensive guy. He'll figure out a way to get the most out of Jacoby Brissett. It may be a Jacoby Brissett offense. See, that's why this is so difficult right now for the Browns. You got to get Deshaun Watson ready for week when? I don't know, 7, 13, never? Like, if they know he's not playing at all this year, they're limiting the ability to get Brissett ready. What plays are you going to use with Watson? What plays are you going to use with Brissett? It gets very complicated very quickly. And then if Watson's going to be out for the whole year, Chris, are you in the Jimmy Garoppolo sweepstakes?
I
know the Browns have said they're not, but that's operating under the glass half full idea that they're not going to be without Watson for most of the year.
Yeah.
So last week, Kevin Stefanski said they've got multiple plans, and it'll be very interesting to see if Watson's gone for the year If the legal challenges go nowhere, what will they do? Would they trade for him? Would they wait for him to be cut? So anyway, to answer the question, I'm at about a 5 with Brissett.
Yeah.
Especially if he's going to be the guy for as long as I think he's going to be. It's one thing if it's a short term, but if you're talking about 12 games or longer, I've got less confidence.
Yeah, I hear you there. Well, they got to play a certain style of football. I think that's the biggest thing we're talking about. And you're right. It's not going to be, if it's Deshaun Watson, I think it would be more pass heavy, play through the pass, scare you that way. Oh, we're getting a lot of too deep because Watson's killing them with Amari Cooper and Schwartz down the field. All right. Oh, now we can run the ball because they're trying to stop the deep pass play. No, now I think you're going to see run the ball. Oh, wait, they're playing the run. Run it again. Let's do that. Okay, now we got to throw here, or we're going to do a play action pass. There's definitely going to be a different flow to the offense, I would imagine, with Jacoby Brissett. Now, I doubt they've gotten to the part of training camp where, like we talked about a little earlier, it's still basics. We're still just putting down the basics of the offense, the foundation and all that. We haven't got into specific game planning and, whoa, this guy can do this, and I'm going to unveil these 10 or 12 plays here that he can do and make this a part of the offense. I doubt they're there yet. So we'll see where it goes, but I do think it'll be a certain style of football under Jacoby Brissett.
Buy or sell, Lamar Jackson will play the Week 1 game for the Baltimore Ravens with a brand new contract. Are you buying or are you selling?
I'm selling. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I'm clueless here, and the fact that one hasn't gotten done yet doesn't make me feel any better than it's going to get done sometime here in the next 5 weeks. I'm just going to go with what we've seen to this point, that it's not going to happen, and it's going to continue to be the weirdest contract negotiation dance that I've ever seen in the history of the NFL.
I don't think he's signing a contract before the season or during the season or even after the season. I think the only way he ever does another contract with the Ravens is if they apply the non-exclusive franchise tag, another team signs him to an offer sheet if they're even able to do that, and then the Ravens match it. That's the only way I think they're going to get another contract with Lamar Jackson, barring some sort of dramatic change like Jackson doing what he should have done long ago and hiring an agent. I also don't think he's going to defect Week 1 either, because he'd be giving up $1.27 million each and every week if he doesn't play. And he's wired to play.
Yes.
And he's taken the risk, the physical risk, and he should have a deal done, and he doesn't, and I don't think he will.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.